Welcome everyone to Unit 3 of Grade 5 Science, which is going to be on Earth systems. Throughout this unit, you're going to be looking at the different aspects of what makes the Earth and what makes it very special, but also how it compares to other planets and other places in our solar system and in our universe. The overlying question or driving question for this unit is going to be how did the different layers of our Earth and sky interact with one another? So within the Earth there are many different layers, and actually there are 4 layers within the Earth themselves, but also within the global sphere there are also many layers within our within what lies above the Earth. So we'll be talking about all of those. The first thing that I want you to think about is going to be your unit writing masterpiece. In Unit 1, we did do some work on water, and we talked about it, but this unit, what I want you to do is you're going to focus on an opinion about why freshwater is so important. Throughout the unit, we're going to build your knowledge, build your research, and build the paper. So in that, you're going to decide why freshwater is so important, what are some of the ways in which you can work to conserve water, and how you put your ideas into action. So this is actually going to be an action statement. So with your opinion, you're going to say, I am going to do this to help our globe. So think about that as we go throughout the unit, and like I said, you'll be building it piece by piece, so make sure you stay on task with this. For your week 1 instructions, we're going to be learning about what the 4 layers of the Earth are going to be. And we have a fun little activity that you're going to be completing, but first what I want you to do is log into Discovery Education and watch this video to the right. It's only 10 minutes long, but it talks about the 4 different layers and shows where they are and why they're important. While you watch, make sure to note the three different main layers and what they're made of. But I don't need you to absolutely write it down. That 4th layer is going to be what's considered above the ground. So keep that in mind that I'm saying 4 layers, but it's 3 layers within the Earth. After you have watched the video, you'll be creating a paper plate model of the geosphere, and this is where there's sort of a fun activity. So I want you to go to this website, and it looks like this. And you can't see the whole thing on the screen. I'm sorry about that. But it's going to lay out why, and as you can see I'm kind of moving it here, or how to make a 3-dimensional paper plate sphere. So you're going to be creating that, and make sure you just follow the directions, and it should be pretty simple for you. Then what I want you to do is you are going to be putting a picture of that sphere onto a Google document that's called the Geosphere. Once you put that picture on, and like I said, it's after you complete the model so I can see that you did it, I want you to answer these couple of questions. What is the largest part of the Earth? How deep does the crust go? So one of those layers is called the crust. And the last question, how do you think the core of the Earth may help humans keep warm if something were to happen to this sun? And not to say that it would last forever, but it is something that that scientists have thought about if the sun were to burn out, which it looks like it's going to be about 4 billion years from now. Nothing you have to worry about in your lifetime. But how would we heat the Earth? And this is something I'd like you to think about. For your math connection this week, you're going to be doing some converting. You're going to be converting miles to feet. And the easiest way to do that is going to be through multiplication. So I'm giving you kind of a little hint here, but what you're going to do is create the Math Connections Unit 3 worksheet, take a look at the picture on the right, and look at the thickness of these different layers of the Earth. And then you are going to convert each layer. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different conversions that you're doing. And you're going to take the number you see, which is the number of miles, and multiply that times 5,280 feet, because there are 5,280 feet in a mile. So it's multiplication. With this, you can use your calculator. I understand those are very large numbers, so I don't expect you to do that on paper. But if you'd like to do that, you can. And I want you to write those answers on Math Connections Unit 3. For your literacy connection this week, this is where we're going to start our research on freshwater. So I want you to create a Google document titled Water Notes, and this is where you're going to house all of your notes. And then you're going to log into BrainPop, and remember the username for that is Waukesha, and the password is media. Then you're going to find the water supply activity that looks like this one. When you watch that video, which is only a couple minutes long, as you know, you're going to answer the following questions on your water notes sheet. And you can also take other notes, because remember, this is all going to help towards your paper. What is overconsumption? What are at least 3 different uses of fresh water? And those are some that you might be able to think about without watching the video. What is conservation? And I want you to complete the following writing prompt in 3 to 5 sentences. Freshwater is the most precious resource on Earth because blank. So that's where I want you to think and create your opinion. And essentially, this is what I'm going to be calling your thesis or your goal statement for your overall paper.